We asked you to reflect on the questions: if you could make one wish to help accelerate the energy transition, what would it be and why? And what is an example of an effort you've already seen to help accelerate the energy transition? In responding to these questions, to what extent did you choose to focus on specific technological versus social innovations, for example, public sentiment, policy, or business models? Evolutionary or revolutionary solutions? Or solutions addressing the supply side of the energy transition or the demand side? You may have felt like the one wish question was too restrictive, and that's fair. The energy transition is so complex that no single technology nor social innovation will be sufficient to create the energy system of the future. It will definitely take many solutions and actions to reach this vision. Some wishes, though, get more to the root of the challenge than others. Often these wishes or solutions are a result of innovation that stems from challenging ourselves to look for solutions that hold many opposing values as critical, thereby inspiring creative solutions that bridge these value tensions. A common overarching tension in the energy transition is tension between the imperative to reach net zero emissions and that of broader sustainability goals, which encompass much more than greenhouse gas reduction. Also, the need to reach net zero by 2050, the timeframe laid out in the Paris Agreement, heavily weights the value of an accelerated pace of transition, often in tension with other values that are also important. We recognize that while net zero is imperative, we also mustn't get so focused on the values of emissions reduction or a rapid pace of change that we neglect other innovations that center values embedded in wider sustainability lenses, such as equity, biodiversity, or reconciliation, which also have the possibility to help us reach our vision. We need to look for both and solutions that simultaneously enable a good quality of life for all people by meeting energy needs reliably and affordably, that enhance energy-based partnership towards reconciliation with Indigenous peoples, are inclusive, accessible, and equitable for current and future generations, enhance the health of our natural environment and the health of all those living within it, are a continued source of economic prosperity for the province and the country, and meet our vision for net zero carbon emissions for the consumption and production of energy by 2050. By striving for all of these elements of our vision at once, those working on solutions in the lab are inspired to ask questions related to how we can support these qualities of success in the solutions we generate, and to apply backcasting to work out how initiatives must be designed to achieve them. Specific technologies, by virtue of their design and features, similarly present value tensions. These might include obvious things like how quickly a technology can be implemented, the financial cost to build and maintain it, the ease of transport of the technology or its products, or its safety, and many other factors. In energy technologies, tensions also often include things like its energy consumption, levels of greenhouse gas emissions associated with it, or for energy-producing technologies, whether the energy production is intermittent or stable, centralized or decentralized, how it overlaps with other energy sources, the technology's proximity to a feedstock, or the complexity of its interactions with other natural and human systems, or how well understood and predictable the impacts of those interactions are. Additionally, there are tensions that exist in the particular application of a technology and its selection over other technologies for a particular context. We talked about some of these earlier. How does a technology fit with existing technology, infrastructure, resources, knowledge, or other assets in the place where it's being implemented? How is it linked to political or economic systems? And who receives a share of the benefits or the drawbacks? We see some of these tensions play out in real time in arguments for so-called bridging technologies, such as liquefied natural gas or carbon capture and storage. While these technologies certainly have a role to play in the energy transition, the role in our long-term energy future is less certain. As tech stewards, we seek both and opportunities within these tensions. One of the root wishes of the creators of this program is that across society, we develop our individual and collective tech stewardship capacity so that we aren't, as Einstein warned, attempting to solve today's problems with the same level of thinking that created them in the first place. Tech stewardship is so valuable because it can be exercised by any of us in our own context, enabling many more people to actively contribute to shaping our energy future. So instead of getting stuck in either-or trade-offs that polarize debate and thereby stand in the way of progress, practicing tech stewardship can help us identify or generate both and opportunities across the many tensions that are inherent in the energy transition and allow us to continue working together to creatively generate solutions. Stepping back, we see that the energy transition call to action came most strongly from clear evidence that our current practice of burning fossil fuels for energy and the associated emissions are creating a climate crisis. This crisis, however, has allowed us to take a deeper look at our existing energy system and really evaluate where it has served us well and where it has caused unintended harm and supported systems of oppression and inequality. So we at the Energy Futures Lab have a vision for an energy system that is aligned to a future that is sustainable for all living systems and is built around the principles of equity and accessibility for all. Meeting this vision requires that we navigate many complex issues which don't have simple answers, and at times even create conflict between different aspects of our vision. So our practice at the Energy Futures Lab and our application of the principles of tech stewardship give us a good framework for dealing with these challenges and to do the work needed to bring our vision into reality.